Right, well, morning. I slept like an absolute log last night after yesterday's great escape, shall we say, from the German in pyjamas. But yeah, so really random that when we came to this hut yesterday, there's a couple of guys sat here, and it actually transpires it's the same guy I met 2 years ago further down on the lake as we were crossing over to go on to Asien. And I must say that I did say in my previous video that he told us it was all downhill and it was uphill, but we were talking about two different areas. So yeah, great to see you again, Danny, and brilliant to get your contact details. And yes, we will definitely look you up in Bavaria as soon as we can. As you can guess, it's a very wet day today, so it was forecast to rain pretty much from about midnight through to about 9 o'clock this morning. It's about 10 o'clock now, and it's still coming and going at the moment. So the plan for today is to set up the pack rafts and paddle down the lake to the next campsite further down there. But obviously we're going to wait for the weather to hold out, so I'm going to get a brew on and just sit and just watch this absolutely beautiful vista from this little hut number 28. We were just sitting here discussing what we'd like to eat, and we both said pierogi, and I think we might be able to field make some pierogi. I think we've got enough ingredients. It's probably only going to I think there's only going to be about 2 per person, but let's see whether we can have a bash at making some pierogi.
Step 1, diced potatoes.
Step 2, slice and fry 1 onion. And then once the onions have softened and browned, or gone black in this case, just take them off the heat and just leave them to rest. Right, so next step is the pastry. So we've got some plain flour and we've got some dried egg. Add a heaped teaspoon of dried egg into that little bowl, and then a little bit of water. And then shake that thing. So we'll put our flour into the bowl, pinch of salt, add a little bit of butter, should be oil, but we'll put butter in. Put equivalent of 1 egg into there, and a little bit of water. Now it's time to get dirty. Right, and then once you've got your dough, just make sure it's kneaded really well. And then you need a rolling pin and a rolling board, which we don't have, so we're going to improvise. Once the dough's done, we're just going to put it in that little box. Just keep that to one side.
Boil your potatoes over an open fire. Next step, drain the kartoffel. Next, add your onion to your kartoffel. Finally adding reindeer cheese, rokt ren, I think I pronounced it right, into your mixture of potatoes and oil. Next stage is to boil some water in a saucepan, but as we're doing real field meals, we've got rainwater a la saucepan. So pour that into there and add a small amount of salt.
And next, take small amounts of your dough and make into tiny little circles, preferably with a rolling pin and a board, but needs must, like so. And then with the dough, we take a bit of the mixture, lay into the center, and then fold over into the top. Squeeze the sides up, and then dodgy pierogi. Once your water's boiling, just drop your pierogi in. Alright, and then once they're all in the pan, just make sure they're not stuck to the bottom, and then just give them about 10 minutes on a rolling boil.
So we're going to fry our pierogi. You can have them just boiled, but we're going to fry ours in a pig fat. Pig fat.
All done. Let's see how they go. Not bad for random stuff out of the bag, really, I don't think.
Bag pierogi. Thank you.
Voila. Salty pepper.
Dankeschön, mein Freund.
Pepper.
Oui. Ja.
It's blowing in the wind.
Pepper in the leg. Right, let's give it a go.
Let me know how random stuff from the bag has worked out.
Stuff in my bag 2.0.
Oh, look at that. Sun's come out. Pierogi over the fire. Let's see how they come out. Not too bad, I don't think, for random stuff left in the bag. They are good. Shame about the burnt bits of meat in the pierogi on the smollets, but
Beggars can't be choosers.
all adds to the flavour. Smacznego.
Smacznego.
Right, well, I'm stuffed after that. So one thing about pierogi, they definitely fill you up. And the sun's just come out, so perfect time to get ourselves all, just let the tarps and whatnot dry out, and then we're going to pack away, and then we're heading down yonder, just at that next point, just down there. There's a little hut just behind there, and that's where we're going to spend today, just having a bit of a relax. But what a cracking bit of food made out of just random stuff in the bag. Got rid of a lot of weight as well. Right then, who's washing up?
That'll be me.
It's always the chef's priority, isn't it? Chef never washes up. Right, so pretty much ready to go. It looks a bit black over at Will's mum's, and hence the reason I've put the spray deck on as well, because I've got a feeling we're going to get caught out in some rain as we're paddling down there, but not too far to go. That's the best thing about this one here. We've literally just got to get to just the point just down there for the rest of the day, and then we can just set up camp for the rest of the day, have a bit of a wash because I'm starting to stink, and yeah, just enjoy the day. Right, let's go.
Onward.
Right, as you can see, there's a bit of a headwind, so I've got my spray deck on. And just as we were then leaving, we bumped into the German girl and the Polish guy that we met the first night. And Jared done a bit of wound cleaning on one of them. And we got or Jared, should I say, got a bottle of vodka and some biscuits. So I think once we get through this headwind, we'll have some biscuits, because this is not nice. It's not that we've got miles to go, but it's definitely a headwind. Right, a little break in the lee. I'm knackered. Absolutely knackered. Well, another good bit of navigating by us there. We've gone completely past it. But at least paddle into this one now. We haven't got the wind. I thought it was further up. I sort of remembered those rocks there. But we paddled right past it. Right then, so here we are at hut number 32. Let's take you in and show you what it's like. Oh. Just remember, if you're doing this sort of washing, just make sure you got biodegradable soap. What are you making there now?
So I'm sick of pond water, so I've spent the afternoon rendering down blueberries I found in the bush, and I've made a squash, which will also go quite nicely with vodka that I got for attending to some male's broken foot earlier in the day.
You said broken foot.
Oh, well, I needed to make sure. So yeah, hopefully this tastes really nice and it will just shake the edge off the pond water that we've been drinking for 2 weeks. So hashtag Raymears.
Well, I don't know where the day's gone. It's now blooming 1900 and I thought it was about 1600. I really have lost half the day today. I mean, we did get up quite late after pierogi session this morning by the time we left, and we had a bit of a hell of a headwind getting up here today. Beautiful, beautiful campsite here. Really nice view. The hammocks are all up and everything. It's going to be a noisy one because it's quite windy, and with the wind pushing on the tarps and stuff. It's still a little bit black over yonder, but it's not forecast to rain. So hopefully it's going to be a decent night. So we're just going to sit here. We've got a bottle of vodka that's been given to us from the couple that we met earlier on, so we're going to have a snazzle on that. I've got a bag of cheese crunchers, which are one of my favourites. I always get whenever I come over to Sweden, and we're just going to sit in the hut behind us here and play a couple of hands of cards. We're away early in the morning. We're following the trail just up there. We've got about 5-6k hike to do tomorrow from here, so morning we've got to pack all of the pack rafting gear up and then make way on our feet for tomorrow, and where we'll be going back to the first camp that we were at, where we've left the car, and then we'll spend the night there, and then from there I think we'll probably head up onto Överglå before we make our way back to Oslo with the car for our flight home. This has been an amazing trip. You know, I've been out here once before and people say, well, why don't you go somewhere else? But it's just beautiful. And then when you know an area, and to be honest, I mean, I've hardly touched the sides on this. I mean, we've done a few other lakes this time than what I'd done the first time when I come out here, and still hardly touched the sides. There's still loads and loads of lakes and areas and huts as well to visit, but it's nice to come back to this one because this is one of my favourites. This is here. Right, Harris, I reckon it's time for the vodka and the cards. Right, let's see who wins at the cards and then has to do the washing up.
All I want is water that doesn't taste toilet bowl.